I spend a lot of time camping with my minivan as my base. But this week, I'm taking my campsite to the next level. I packed all of my gear, aiming for the best experience possible in my $99 Amazon tent. I have one goal in mind: luxury camping in a cheap tent. There's that 6-man tent. That thing's gonna be super comfortable this week. So I hope for a nice big flat patch of grass, but all I have is maybe about 5 feet on any end of the van all the way around. And then I have this patio area that is pretty densely packed. I'm gonna go ahead and set my tent up on here. One benefit of doing that is gonna be that when it rains, the water will probably drain a little better, but I'm not gonna be able to put my stakes down as deep into the ground, if I could even break the ground to get the stakes in there in the first place. I guess another good thing is that it's generally flat here and there's nothing but the rocks at the ground. I'm gonna be using a cot to stay comfortable anyway, so it doesn't really matter. These tents go up in just a few minutes, and the good thing is the rain fly sticks to the tent, so it's not relying on any kind of extra stakes to make sure that it sticks to the ground or has the right amount of tension to keep the water draining off of it. The next question I need to ask myself is, do I want my tent facing the road to be more friendly and inviting, or do I want a little bit more privacy and have my tent facing away from the road so that I can lug all of my stuff into the tent without attracting too much attention? So something you folks are always saying in the comments is to keep my utensils off of these picnic tables at these campsites. And sure enough, there is some kind of black greasy substance on this table right here, so it's got me a little suspicious. Either way, I've got this trusty old cot, and I've got a cot pad that's gonna keep me comfy while I sleep tonight. Smell that's familiar in an old tent that really brings back memories of my childhood camping. So I'm super glad that I brought this tent out of the closet, but not glad that I let that horse fly into my tent with my door wide open. Before I get too comfortable, I'm gonna get my cot set up out here. That way I'm not fumbling around in the tent. It'll make the job a little easier. This will make me super comfortable, even though I'll probably be a little hot. But don't forget, I am gonna have that air conditioner hooked up, so hopefully that'll do the trick and keep me cool throughout the night. The rules of this game are, if you're gonna go all out, go all out. So I'm gonna hook up this air conditioner to make sure that I stay cool while I'm sleeping tonight. It's pretty humid, and that air conditioner does produce quite a bit of moisture. So I'm gonna raise it up. I'm gonna put it on this little stool. Hopefully it's strong enough to hold it up and drain the moisture into a jug that I've been carrying around. I fed as much of that extra hose in there as I could. That way, when it does start to drain, it doesn't pull up in here and then run back into the device and then overflow out of the back of it. And it sure is super humid today, so I'm gonna fill up that jug probably by the morning. Now I'm racing the sunset to make sure that I have my tent set up so I can experience my luxury camping setup in my cheap tent. And the back of my minivan is turning into a huge mess. I brought a comfy blanket and I have a nice pillow And unfortunately, I don't know what happened to my cheetah print camouflage pillow that I pretty much camp with all the time. This is my EcoFlow Glacier mini fridge. It's currently at 99%. I just unplugged it at 6:37 p.m. I'm gonna let it run throughout the night. I'm gonna try to go off grid as much as possible, but at a certain point, if I get too hot, I will go ahead and hook up the shore power and make sure that I have a comfortable stay here. So I went through all the trouble of setting up this air conditioner earlier when it was like 90 degrees outside. The temperature has dropped significantly since the sunset, and it's actually only about 70 degrees right now. So I'm not even gonna turn the air conditioner on because I'm comfortable with the temperature as it is right now. But one thing's for certain, this cot is very comfortable and I love sleeping on these cots. It's about 5:30 a.m. and battery on this fridge is still at 70%, so yeah, it's about 11 hours of runtime on about a third of that battery, but it hasn't been the hottest part of the day, so we'll see how it performs for the rest of the day. It's about 10 a.m. and the sun is coming up, so I need to get my solar panels hooked up so I can keep that fridge charged up for the rest of the day. It's at about 60% right now, so in the last 2 or 3 hours it went through 10% of its battery, and I want to keep it charged up for the rest of the week. To keep the fridge charged up, I have a 100 watt EcoFlow foldable portable solar panel, so hopefully this will do the trick. This MC4 cable is not as long as I expected it to be, so I'm gonna have to move my fridge from the far corner of my tent back over here where the air conditioner is. Now I've just got to angle it up, get it in the perfect sunlight, and I think I'm going to have to hook up this air conditioner because it's starting to get hot. I'm breaking a sweat just setting up these solar panels. Let's see if I can get this air conditioner running. That refreshing air feels so good. And this thing says that it's charging and then it should run for about 7 hours. I'm not gonna use it all day, but at least for the main part of the day, I'm gonna run it while it's super hot. And it's been cool enough throughout the night that I probably won't need it again tonight when I go to sleep. So I've got perfect weather right in this little bubble right here. And I wanna put my seat right in this area so I can sit in front of the air conditioner, relax, work on my computer. I'm gonna have to rearrange the whole tent. Well, move the cot and move my cooking box. This is not the best setup, and it's almost comical how I have the air conditioner blowing right behind me in this tent, which basically has no way to keep anything cool or hot because of these nets. So what'll probably happen in the comments is folks will say, well, hey, you're wasting the efficiency, you're not venting the hot air out, or keeping the cold air in. In this tent, there's absolutely no way to do that. If I wanted to be able to seal this thing up, I would need something like an igloo or a sealed environment, and it's just not gonna happen here. But I am pretty comfortable, and that's blowing right on the back of my head. So I'm gonna sit here and work on my laptop, enjoy the rest of my day. Roast away, because I did have this running for about an hour, and that heat was going straight up into this dome, just accumulating right here. So I decided to go ahead and run the vent right out of that door there. And yeah, I'm gonna close these windows to try to help isolate the hot air outside from the cool air inside. Just adding that little hose right there makes this air conditioner work a lot less to achieve the same cooling result. And of course, I forgot to turn on drain mode, and the water just got to this level and started overflowing here. I do have that little jug attached. I just turned drain mode, and hopefully it'll start going out of the drain and not the side of the air conditioner. And if these two solar panels turn out to not be enough power to keep that air conditioner charged, I've got a secret weapon in the minivan camper. Attached to my 185 watt solar panel, I do have the EcoFlow River 2 Pro. And since none of my devices are attached to it, it's been sitting at 100% all day with that solar panel on top. So whenever I need it, it's ready to go. The sun is high enough that I'm gonna go ahead and flatten these panels out, let them sit like that for the next couple hours, maximize my ability to get sun and keep my devices charged. So this site is perfect for solar power, but it's literally boiling my brain. And I forgot, I have an ice maker on that fridge. So I figured while I'm here, I might as well top it off with some water and start making some ice so I can enjoy myself a little more in my luxury tent setup. And this thing's been at 100% for a while, so why not? That's some hot water. It says it's gonna take 31 minutes to make the first batch of ice. Once it's done making the first batch, the second batch should take between 8 and 10 minutes. So I will make 2 batches just to see how long it takes to make the second batch. That water that I just put in there is about 100 degrees because I had it in the minivan and the sun has been out. Luckily, I got a couple of seconds of cloud coverage, but with that cloud coverage, my solar panels are no longer bringing in that much power. I heard my beeping. I'm gonna go get that ice. Oh yeah. "20 minutes. That used about 12% of the battery. There is a little cloud cover, so I am running a little low on sunlight, but the sun's gonna come back out in a second and it'll definitely top that fridge off before tonight. I drank all that other ice and all the water in there already, so might as well make a third batch. Still taking a while to make the ice, but it's not a big deal. An ice cold drink is the perfect remedy for a hot day like today. It's dinner time, and since this is luxury camping, I've got this camping table that my wife got for me that I'm gonna try out and see if it's any good. It's pretty cool, but I do have the picnic table over there, but that picnic table is pretty nasty. So I've got some veggies in my refrigerator that are starting to get a little old. So what I'm gonna do is throw them all together in a skillet, saute them up, and have kind of a vegetable medley for dinner tonight. I've got my skillet, I've got some tomatoes, I've got some peppers, and of course I have some greens, which those have a few more days left on them, but I'm still gonna try to go through all of them today. I decided to save some of the peppers for later. I'll grab about half of it. That thing looks pretty good. Now let's get cooking. These are always a hit for me. I should have put this oil in first, but it's never too late for perfection. And there is some water in there from the veggies, so that's what that popping is. That oil really did the trick, keeping the veggies from sticking to the pan. I should have put these sausages in first because the veggies are cooking before the sausages. So I hit the limit for the solar power that I'm gonna get today. I could move those solar panels and maybe squeeze out a few more watts. I suffered a little bit of a power penalty making 3 batches of ice. It brought the fridge's power down to about 70%, and now I'm back up to about 79%. The air conditioner got up to 70% around 2 hours ago, and I ran it for like 30 minutes, bringing it back down to 60%, but now it's sitting at 67%. So I went from 100% this morning, I used it for several hours, charged it after that, and now I'm back to 70%. Luckily, it's not gonna be as hot tonight as it has been throughout the day, and I won't use the air conditioner until I get hot again tomorrow. The veggies are definitely done, but I think the sausages are still a little undercooked. This is probably too much for this plate, but I'm gonna go. Let's see what we got here. As much as I can. Bon appetit. All right, guys, I cleaned up my mess. I'm full, and a storm is about to come in. So I put up the covers for these solar panels. I'm gonna go ahead and put this kitchen table thing away. That way it doesn't get rained on. And if I have to leave tomorrow, I won't have to worry about this thing going away wet. So this little Ozark Trail table went away pretty easy. And I just had a couple of raindrops. But I'm not sure if it was just a rain cloud or if it's actually gonna rain tonight. The forecast has a 30% chance of rain every hour for the rest of the night. I'm gonna leave these solar panels hooked up for the night and hooked into the tent. Now I'm gonna go sit in the tent for a little bit, cool it off with this air conditioner, and relax. I love nature, but I'm not a big fan of black widow spiders. I had a great night's sleep, came out, opened my tent, and all I can say is, yikes. I'm gonna get that spider moved out of the way, get my day going. I guess I'd be looking for spiders everywhere now. I don't know, do black widows hang out by themselves, or should I check every corner of my tent to make sure there's no other spiders in here? All right, guys, I've had this perfect luxury camping experience. I've enjoyed this so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next adventure.